KWQC TV, the news leader, making a difference in the Quad Cities. Live from the KWQC Broadcast Center in downtown Davenport with Morgan Otier and Kyle Keel. This is Quad Cities Live.
Today on QCL, if you're looking for the perfect holiday meal without the stress, we're giving you a behind-the-scenes peek at what to expect this season at the Machine Shed.
Plus, Unity Point Health and ORA Orthopedics are joining forces to respond to a higher demand for orthopedic care. How their expanded partnership is improving treatment options.
Santa's coming to town and making a stop at Circa 21 Dinner Playhouse. We'll get a preview of this all-ages holiday musical taking the stage. And that's where we begin on this Wednesday, December 10th. Thanks for joining us. I'm Morgan Otier.
I'm Kyle Keel. Circa 21 Dinner Playhouse is bringing big holiday magic to the stage this season with their children's production of Santa Claus the Musical.
It is a colorful, high-energy show packed with laughs, original music, and plenty of Christmas spirit, of course. And two members of the cast are with us today. Ina Gomez, who plays Chirpy, along with Marley Haley, who stars as Santa's daughter, Beatrice. Thank you both for being here today.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Yes, this has been going very well. People are very excited about this musical. So let's get started, though, at the beginning. Marley, will you give us just a little bit of background on what it's about?
This musical is about Santa Claus has decided to retire after 1,000 years of service.
1,000 years.
And he has decided to replace himself with Nicholas, a website designer, and his young daughter, Beatrice.
Okay.
Okay.
1,000 years.
1,000 years. I mean,
hope
yeah.
that doesn't happen to us.
I was going to say, yes. Yes. Yeah, I hope not either. I mean, 1,000 years is a long time. I think it's about time that he hung up his hat. But
yeah,
we still want Santa to deliver those presents, though. So, you know, those performances are underway now, but these are daytime shows. So we want to iterate that because the main actual stage production is White Christmas.
Yes.
Yeah, so how have the daytime performance been going for you?
They've been really, really good. It's a lot of students and a lot of young audiences, which is really awesome because we get to expose them to this live theater that's super interactive as well with the show. We get to run around the audience, and it's wonderful to be able to bring that holiday cheer to a lot of children.
Yeah. Describe the energy of the production, because it must be very different from like the evening shows. You have families there, you know, you have kids that are excited to be there. It's got to be pretty like lively and energizing.
It definitely is. I think a lot of us have a lot of fun, especially with the interactiveness of it.
Yeah.
And the characters are so animated and bright that you just can't not have fun when
not have a good time.
Yeah, it sounds like you all are having a lot of fun. So let's talk about your characters. First, Marlene will talk about your character. You play Beatrice.
I play Beatrice. She is Nicholas's daughter.
Okay.
She is bright, had to grow up a little too fast sometimes, but she is very energetic and has a lot of fun on stage.
Okay, and she's, from what I understand, I haven't seen the musical yet,
Yeah.
so I definitely want to get there. Has a big hand in helping out Nicholas and getting all that together. And then you play Chirpy, as we mentioned, Ina. So who is Chirpy? How does Chirpy fit into this whole production?
Chirpy is one of the 4 elves in the production. There's Chirpy, Tenchy, Punchy, Henchy. So there's quite a bit of array. Each character has its own personality, and each elf kind of has its own way that it runs the story and helps Santa Claus and Beatrice kind of find their way.
Yeah, those are some elf names.
And they sure are. So how have you guys liked playing your characters here? I know you've had many productions here so far. What's it been like to character and play them?
This has been such a wonderful experience. With such a high energy show, it's been just such a joy every day coming in and getting to perform this show for kids and for our audiences. And I've loved Beatrice. She's a wonderful, sweet little girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, do you have a favorite moment at all of the show, Ina?
Oh my goodness. I think there's a song that the two pairings sing, so Beatrice and her dad, and then Mr. and Mrs. Claus, where they're kind of coming to fruition with the way that their journeys are kind of changing and taking way. And it's just a really touchy number.
Yeah.
And I think that's, from backstage, I love watching it and seeing the interactions.
Wonderful.
Oh, it's wonderful. Well, as we mentioned, the production's going on, and there are still show-only, or I should say there are show-only and brunch performances available throughout the month, including this Friday and Saturday. So for more information on tickets, you can contact Circa 21 Dinner House by calling the number on your screen, or you can reserve seats online at circa21.com. And of course, we'll have this up on our website, kwqc.com. Ina and Marley, Marley, thank you so much, and break a leg with these performances coming up.
Thank you.
you.
Thank you for being here. Coming up on QCL, from hearty holiday entrees to the delicious pies, of course, we're taking you behind the scenes at the Machine Shed restaurant in Davenport.
Quad Cities Live continues.
The holiday season is upon us, and you may be looking for a hearty meal to keep you warm here through the holiday season. Look no further than Machine Shed in Davenport. I'm here at Machine Shed with Chef Jeff Grunder. Jeff, thanks for having us back down again.
Thanks for coming out and seeing us.
Yes, of course. This already smells good, and we don't really have it prepared yet, but we're going to make an original meal from the Machine Shed since day
correct.
one.
This has been on our menu, and this is one that not only you can get on the menu, but also you can get it for banquets or caterings or anything like that if you wanted to. And so what we're going to do is we're going to make the sage dressing that goes inside of our roast pork, which is a great side to have for the holidays. So because a lot of people can stuff a turkey, you can just have it as a side. So if you'd like to, we're going to go ahead, Kyle, and let's put in the celery and onions. I've got some margarine right here. And what we're just going to do is going to put in that celery,
the onions.
And the onions. And we're just going to let that kind of saute a little bit till those vegetables get tender. It's going to take probably about 8 or 10 minutes. So we're just going to pretend that we're going to quicken up that process a little bit. And now what we're going to do is we're going to add in some of that salt and pepper. And so if you want to, Kyle, I'll just go ahead and do...
Oh, just a couple pinches?
Yeah, just a little bit of salt and a little bit of pepper into here. And we've got that. And then what we're going to do is then we've got our bread right here. So now with our bread, what we want to do is we want to toast those breadcrumbs and get them nice and crunchy. Because everybody says, well, why do you do that? You want it dry so that it absorbs the liquid that we're going to put into it. And we're going to put a chicken stock into it. So then what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to saute these vegetables that we've done. We're going to put them right in there. And then next to you then, Kyle, is into that pitcher is our chicken stock. So we're going to add all that chicken stock into there. And then there also is some sage and some Montreal that you're going to go ahead and add in there. And that's about a gallon of breadcrumbs, and then that's roughly about a half a gallon of chicken stock. And now you've got celery, or you've got our sage, our sage, and we're going to put all that in there. And then we've got some Montreal seasoning that we're going to put in there.
Whole thing in there?
Whole thing in there.
All right.
Okay? And so then what we do is then we're going to get in there and we're going to mix that up. But we're going to go ahead and pretend we already did that and we got dirty, and then we've got the finished product right here.
There we go. There's the finished product. All the spices in it.
Yes. And so now what we got is we got a pork loin. And so we're going to take this and we're going to butterfly this open so that we can put in our pork loin. So now we're just going to butterfly this all the way open. So it's like a sheet of paper. And so then what we've got is that. We're going to put our sage right in there, and it's going to be about the size of a baseball is what we want to put on the inside. And then we're going to roll this. And that's as simple as that dish is. And then we season it with some Montreal and some sage on top, roast it in the oven at 275 for about an hour and a half. Let it rest. And then we've got the finished product right here.
It looks incredible.
And so with this, we always make the pan drippings. And you can see right here that we've got our pan gravy right here. So we're going to go ahead and take 2 nice slices right off this.
Look at that.
And this has that sage right on the inside. And you can see that it's not skimping on pork as well. And we're going to go ahead and put that right on the plate. And then just top it with a little bit of our gravy. And of course, this one is one that's great to be served with mashed potatoes, which is always at the shed, and it's a great side to have during the holidays as well.
Yes, and we've got the baked potato soup as well.
Yes, and a lot of these things, you know, all the stuff that I have here is our Christmas plating and things like that that we're getting into the holidays. So it's a great gift idea. Come out to the Machine Shed. We've got our cookbooks and all the plateware and all the little, and we're going to be walking through the gift shop a little bit later and see some of that stuff. And so there's some cool stuff. You got to come out to the shed.
Yeah, come out to the shed, and don't forget about the banquets and the catering as well, because this would be perfect for that.
It would be. It would be.
So once you clear the table of your holiday meal here at the Machine Shed, you have to make room for your famous pies. And so we got a few here, Chef Jeff, of some of your offerings here at the Machine Shed.
Yeah, I mean, you come to the shed or you think about the Machine Shed, you think about the homemade goodies that we have.
Cinnamon rolls, pies.
Yes, and we have just a few of them here. And of course, this is our Dutch apple. We make our apples right here in-house. And so they have a little bit of brown sugar, a little cinnamon, and then we put lemon and orange zest in them. And they are so good. They are fantastic.
And you can tell it is homemade.
Yes,
when you bite into it.
Exactly. And then of course our chocolate cream.
Oh yes.
And then for seasonal pie, of course our pumpkin pie.
Can't go wrong with the pumpkin.
Yeah. So I think that one of the things, just like you said, it's a great way to end up a meal. This way, with our holiday dinners that we have available during the holidays. One of these come with your holiday meal. So if you order a holiday meal for 4, you get a pie. So
awesome.
Hey, what a great deal. So, it's just, I think, head to the shed, order your stuff for your holidays and family coming over, and we'll take care of the rest.
And we got to talk about the size real quick. I mean, these are a little larger than one that you'd pick up in the store.
Yes, these are 11-inch pies, and of course, we don't skimp on the toppings that go in that 11-inch pie. So they're a full pie. I mean, somebody said, they almost weigh 5 pounds, and I think that this one might tip the scale more.
I was going to say,
that.
the Dutch apple looks a little heavier. But
it does.
Yeah, so make sure to save room for that pie at the end of the meal. Well, after you finished your meal and your dessert, of course, you want to head over to the gift shop at the Machine Shed because there are plenty of gifts to choose from for the holiday season.
A plethora of things.
Yeah, so where are we starting here?
So we're going to start, I always used to love these when I was a kid. These are a different look.
You can't go wrong,
As an advent calendar, you're used to the square advent calendars.
Yeah.
These are kind of different and cool to look at. We've got a countdown to Christmas that's kind of looks like that barn look.
Yeah.
This is cool. My mom used to do this, warm this in the microwave, and then you'd put this around your neck so you can get warm and fuzzy around the holidays. And then a hot water bottle, so you put your hot water in there.
This is interesting.
And then you can sleep with it, and it keeps you warm. So
hey, there you go.
It's one of those things. And then there's all kinds of things like when you start looking into, the cheers around the holidays.
Yeah.
But then we've got another table over here that we can walk over to.
Yeah. This really sparks your nostalgia when you're walking to this table. I mean, I have 2 of these at my parents' house right now from when I was a little kid that we use as decorations now. Put the hot chocolate in.
Yeah, exactly. And then, like you can put this out for Santa with milk and cookies for the kids can do that.
Yeah, look at
so
that.
There's just a lot of cool, cute things that will bring you back and maybe kind of let you share them with the kids and the grandkids that, like you said, you used to have these, so share them with your kids and your grandkids.
Yeah, and it sparks the nostalgia as well. And of course, we can't forget about the Machine Shed cookbook that is available. Great holiday gift.
Yes, and we have the cookbooks, and then we also gift cards, and then we're doing a bounce back. So if you do buy a gift card at the Machine Shed, we give you a bounce back to come back in January or February.
Oh, nice.
So come back and see us, and come and see us for the holidays. We love just to see our raving fans.
Absolutely.
And the Machine Shed is open every day of the week, located at 7250 Northwest Boulevard in Davenport. To make reservations or to place a to-go order, you can call the number on your screen. You can also order online at machineshed.com/Davenport. Coming up on QCL, from joint pain to minimally invasive surgeries, orthopedic care is evolving. We'll hear how Unity Point Health and ORA Orthopedics are teaming up to keep our community moving.
You're watching Quad Cities Live.
As people in our community stay active well into their later years, the need for high-quality orthopedic care is rising fast. More people than ever are seeking solutions that keep them moving and living life to the fullest. And to meet that demand, Unity Point Health and ORA Orthopedics are expanding their partnership and coordinating care across the Quad Cities region. Joining me now is Anna Monsager, a manager of surgical services at Unity Point Health Trinity Muscatine, and Dr. Michael Pivich, orthopedic surgeon with ORA Orthopedics. Thank you both for being here today.
Thank you.
Thanks for having me.
Well, yeah, I really appreciate you coming in. So let's start with that demand, Dr. Pivich. Demand for orthopedic care is rising quickly. Where do you feel like that growth is coming from? Why is this happening?
Well, for a few reasons. There's no doubt that people are living longer now with advances in medicine, and living longer puts increased stresses on joints and spines and these things. And people want to be able to continue doing things that they wanted to do when they were younger as they get older. Next, there is a bit of an obesity issue, and obesity affects joints, puts increased stresses on joints. But that's not just in an older population, that can be younger, and we'll see some 40 or 50-year-olds that are already experiencing some of the effects of obesity. But either way, whether you're talking about an older population, a younger population, an obese population or not, people don't want to sit on the sidelines anymore. Nobody's ready to sit in a rocking chair on the front porch with an Afghan in their lap. They want to keep doing what they normally like to do, whether it's playing golf or pickleball or just playing with your grandkids or going for a walk. So people want to keep doing what they want to do, and they want to do that without pain.
Things are changing. And what types of issues are you most commonly seeing when it comes to, you already spoke about joint wear and tear, things like that. Balance issues? There are definitely balance issues. Yeah, there can be some neurologic things. That's not so much in our realm. We'll get them to the appropriate person. But as far as joint issues, it's going to be joint replacements. It's going to be arthroscopies. It's going to be shoulder issues. Yeah. Okay. So Anna, when it comes to treatment, what types of advancements have been made? I mean, we talk about the way that care has evolved, and how are those advancements helping?
Yeah, so one thing we all know is that healthcare is always changing, and I've been fortunate enough during my time in the OR to see some of those advancements, such as robotic-assisted surgeries and more minimally invasive procedures being done with greater precision, better outcomes, and just really letting our patients bounce back quicker. Yeah. You couple that with same-day surgery, and patients are able to recover from the comfort of their home. They're no longer having that lengthy hospital stay.
I mean, I have to wonder how many people are surprised as well when they finally make that, book that consultation, have that appointment, and they're learning about A, these advancements, and B, how quickly they can be in and out and resting from their homes. They've got to be going, why did I put this off for so long? It's really got to make a big difference. And so with that said, doctor, can we talk a little bit about earlier diagnosis, early intervention, and how that can really affect a long-term diagnosis?
Yeah, well, somebody who has a sprain of an ankle, for example, we don't want to just ignore that. Back when I was a kid, the advice for a sprained ankle was rub some dirt on it, walk it off, you're fine, right? And that was bad advice, because now we see a lot of people coming in my age that have bad ankle arthritis. And you do want to intervene, you do want to get them involved in physical therapy and rehab these sorts of things. Somebody that has a meniscal tear, you do want to take care of that in a younger person so that it doesn't turn into an arthritic knee down the road. Yeah. And we are talking about a partnership here today, Anna. So again, Unity Point Health and ORA Orthopedics. Can you talk a little bit about the purpose behind this expansion and just really trying to grow this partnership?
Yeah, so by bringing our expertise together, we're able to strengthen communication and really ensure that our patients' treatment plans are fully aligned, offering them a more seamless experience.
Yeah, it's got to make a really big difference when people see that there's that much support.
Yes. And so by expanding our capacity, we can support more surgeons and offer care to more patients across the region while still creating opportunities for our workforce with surgical techs, nurses to support staff. Yeah. So ultimately, the collaboration is just to get our patients back to doing what they love with great outcomes.
Wonderful. Okay, well, and doctor, can we just ask you quickly before we wrap up how this collaboration is really kind of changing the outlook for patient care here in the QC?
Yeah, I think it's going to be good for the patients of the Quad Cities, because again, we are doing the earlier discharges and things along those lines. But this is a community-wide thing. You know, ORA has been in this community for nearly 65 years. Unity Point has been in this community, and we live here, we work here. We're going to retire here. We're going to possibly see you at Hy-Vee. And so we want you to have a good experience. We want you to be able to come in hassle-free. When somebody gets hurt, the last thing they want to do is, am I in the right system? Do I need a referral from my primary care doctor? And you can come to an urgent ortho care where you're not going to be treated by somebody who also treats sniffles and pink eye. You're going to see somebody that takes care of just orthopedic issues. But you're in this community. We want them to be as hassle-free as possible to get their care and let it start now as opposed to down the road.
Well, thank you both so much for being here today. We really appreciate chatting with the both of you. And we've got much more to come on the show. Holiday treats, travel, and stress. Can you enjoy it all without starting over in January? Helpful health advice with Nelson Chiropractic is next.
Quad Cities Live continues.
The holidays are here, and while this season is full of fun, food, and family, it can also throw our healthy routines completely off track.
Don't I know it from our newsroom potluck today. Yes, I may have overdone it at lunchtime, but you know what? It doesn't have to be derailed here this time of year. Joining us today is Dr. Tracy Nelson from Nelson Chiropractic. Welcome back, Dr. Tracy.
Thank you.
Yes, you have some helpful tips for us, which, you know, I read them earlier today before the potluck. I should have drank maybe a little more water beforehand.
Somebody brought milk.
Yeah, so someone brought milk too. I shied away from that. But in all seriousness, you know, we don't have to derail our health goals here. So let's start with the first tip you have: maintain, don't gain. I think this is very important this time of year.
Yes, so it is the holidays, and it's okay to have a little bit of a more relaxed kind of view on a lot of things, but we just have to remember it's not every single day that we're going to go hog wild between now and the end of the year. It's really just a few days and a few events that we can just relax and, you know, indulge a little bit more.
And not
it's
have
not
to
every day.
Yes, and in the same sense too. I mean, I don't want to go too long with this, but we're also like, let's not try to like hardcore diet right now either, right? When you say maintain, it's like let's just try and keep things status
quo. It would be winning, right? It would be winning if we could just stay where we are instead of gaining over the holidays.
Absolutely.
Right. Okay. So up next, build micro resolutions. So we want to make tiny little goals as opposed to like big scary broad ones.
Yeah, maybe it's, you know, when you go out to dinner with your family, you know, and get together with more people, maybe you have, you know, water with your meal instead of soda that's empty calories, and just kind of thinking ahead, planning ahead of when you're going to indulge.
Okay.
All right, and the next one is protect your energy, not just your calendar. So this is listening to your body.
Listening to your body, getting enough rest. Also, keeping the negative things under control. I'm not naming any names or, you know, saying anything, but if there's people that suck the life out of you, try to limit, you know, the contact with them.
Not just this time of year, but any time of year, right?
I love that.
For sure.
Okay, and so choosing movement that you actually enjoy. So if you're a little bit tired of, you know, running the 5K every other morning, maybe do something that you like. Maybe just go for a walk with the family.
Go for a walk with the dog, go sledding. Right? Kids think about downhill, but adults think about the uphill, and that is a workout. If you've not sledded for a while, it is a workout. Doing fun things.
Heart pounding.
It really is, yes. Up and down the hill, and the kids just don't want to stop. They never run out of energy. So this might be also a good time to use the holiday time to really kind of ease on your pain and just kind of
work on your mobility.
Yeah, we a lot of times have a little more time off, so we can actually take care of things, massages, getting adjusted the way you should, to just not ignore those things and just slowing down and using your maybe extra free time to feel better when the new year starts.
Great. Well, we have a little bit of time, so you have some quick tips that I want to show off that viewers can really start using today, okay? So you kind of mentioned this one already. Drink a glass of water before each holiday meal. That just kind of ensures that you're maybe not going to overeat, right? You've had a little bit of water first. I love this one though.
Yes.
Doing 10 squats or 20 seconds of stretching as you're wrapping gifts.
I'm putting a pin in that one for this weekend.
Oh my gosh, wrapping gifts really is
wrapping
tough.
gifts,
on the body.
Adults should not wrap gifts on the floor.
No.
And
Why do we do that? Why?
I like it.
I don't know.
I like it.
It does feel like you're really accomplishing something, but yes, use your counter, use
a table.
You know, a table, ping pong table. I think that's what those are for.
Yes. Okay. Swapping a sugary treat for fruit each day. Hard to do, but just try your best. Walk the long way in every parking lot. Well, I did that today.
I do it every day. I make sure where I park my car, I go around. I'm like, I'm going to get a few extra steps.
Good for you. I just get so cold. And then set a bedtime alarm so the late nights
a lot of times when kids are home, and like my college daughter will be home and her schedule is not the same as ours, so it's easy to get off track, and then it's hard to get back on track once our normal schedule, you know, comes back. So setting alarms to be like, okay, yes, I have to go to bed because I still work tomorrow kind of thing.
Helpful tips as always, Dr. Tracy. Thank you so much. NelsonChiropractic.com or the phone number on your screen for more information on what services Tracy and her team provide. Thank you so much for watching today.